I took a self-defense class in grade 8, and this is why I think it actually did us more harm than good. Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm a child sexual abuse prevention educator, and I've been working in the field of sexual violence prevention for over 8 years. I'm sure you've seen these videos online of girls in high school gyms fighting off a guy in a padded suit, and it looks like what they're learning is useful and even empowering for these young women. But in my experience, these classes often leave young people with a false sense of security, increased feelings of shame if they do experience SA, and a lack of empathy for survivors. In these classes, you're fighting off an instructor who has no intention of actually harming you, and from what I recall, barely touches you the whole time. Being able to defend yourself in that classroom setting is so vastly different from defending yourself against a person who is actually trying to restrain and harm you using all of their effort. These classes also generally leave out a lot of crucial information about the nuances of how sexual abuse happens. They don't tell you that as a child, you are more likely to be sexually abused by a family member in your own home than you are to be abused by a stranger in a park. That even adults are more likely to be abused by friends, acquaintances, and intimate partners. They don't tell you about how things like threats, coercion, power dynamics, intoxication, and even just your relationship to the person can influence SA. They completely leave boys out of the conversation, leading many of them to believe that they simply could not be victims, which is untrue. They certainly never tell you that 70% of SA victims will experience the freeze response during their abuse, where as an involuntary self-protection mechanism, the body literally freezes, making you unable to say or do anything. This narrative that self-defense is as easy as yelling or memorizing a few moves can lead people to believe that it is easy to defend yourself from sexual abuse, and that if you couldn't fight back, well, maybe you just didn't try hard enough, or maybe you even wanted it. Think about the devastating impacts those beliefs have on real survivors. Think about the shame a person might feel if they experience sexual abuse and physically couldn't scream or fight back. But we're taught that it is preventable if you could just do those two things. And it's easy, remember? You did it in middle school. Why couldn't you do it when it mattered? So while I think these classes are great for building self-confidence and teaching skills like awareness and boundary setting, I think we need to take a closer look at how we can be more upfront with students about who and what the real risks are, and front-load work to reduce shame and guilt for those who are unable to defend themselves.